Hey, it's Aaron, the Metal Theologian. So I'm in a little bit of a pickle right now. While Eric Bauer was here, like, my turntable just fucking died. Like, we were listening to records, we were hanging out, and like, literally, I took one off and put it away and put on another one, and like, it wouldn't start. So Spencer's probably gonna fix it when he gets into town, but like, it's kind of fucked because I want to make videos about like, you know, what I've been playing and shit. And the fact is, I haven't been playing anything. I've been playing tapes. I don't really have a fuckload of tapes. Actually, I kind of do, but it's mostly black metal I don't really give a shit about. So it's kind of forced me to pull out some things. And actually, one thing I've been listening to is this fucking Jugulator by Judas Priest. I turned up my local shop and I was curious. But since this is Chromium Dioxide Chromium Dioxide Radio, a contest entry, and specifically for Castillo, this is probably more appropriate anyway, because this is Outbreak, the mighty Outbreak, a good Canadian band. So yeah, that's their second demo out of 2, and then they made an LP too. But one of the greatest fucking bands ever. And yeah, don't be put off by some of their trappings because they're just fucking around. Anyway, this is a contest entry for Chromium D, and I gotta tell you, this is a really hard one for me because I'm not really proud of this, but I kind of have a prudish streak. I really do. I didn't even really realize it until I was probably 45, right? But like, I've hung out with people who've been all sorts of shit, and I really don't think I'm judgmental at all, but like, for me personally, like, the idea of just like going to a strip club and like taking a picture of the outside, or even finding one online, having to edit it in and shit, it's like, if I put those barriers up, I just won't get around to it because like, it makes you feel weird. And the other thing is it hampers like the quality of the record covers that I get, you know what I mean? Like, if you want like corny ass Satan shit, I've got a ton of it. But you want corny Sleaze shit, the pickings are really pretty slim, man. And like, I mean, I stayed away from like the Scorpions records, you know, the really obvious ones. I tried to keep it to metal, but like, there are a couple kind of good ones in here. But for the most part, this might be kind of a mediocre entry. So I'm gonna do the best I can, okay? Made a couple concessions here, but I think we're filling it in, okay? This is for Chromium D, right? So I guess let's start with the Sleazy record covers. Yeah, see, I cheated. Yeah, so here's the deal. The Sleazy records are sort of be a combination of ones that are legitimately kind of sleazy, like this one. This fucking Dirty Deal record. Which is weird because their skin is so like fucking red and shit, you know? Like, it's not even fucking normal, but I don't know. They look so corny and like, I don't know, you know, it's still kind of a semi-private press. It's an Erica, but to all intents and purposes it is. So I still couldn't resist, but that's not bad, you know? But anyway, so that's one entry. This is actually a really good one, and it was Lee, actually, from Noise Spectrum, who turned me on to this. But this is a Yugoslav prog band, actually. And that's really kind of classic, that. I mean, what can I say? So this is really, like I said, it's more of a prog rock thing. I don't know if it's up Chromium D's alley, but it's a weird one, you know? See those fucking titles and shit? And there's this one. I mean, I think this definitely qualifies as sleazy, but like, the art quality is so fucking weird and like kind of cartoonish. But that was kind of what drew me in. But I don't think I played this more than once, just I feel weird taking it out. Okay, this is a good one though. This might be the best one because this is actually a weird record anyway, because it's a split LP between Geronimo, the German band, and fucking Creedence Clearwater Revival. But look at that cover. That's what I thought would be a good cover for a split with Creedence and Geronimo. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking? Except maybe that the coke was really good in like 1970 or whatever, you know? See that shit? So anyway, the Midnight Special is on here. That's probably the only like really big Creedence hit on here too. It's kind of funny. Geronimo probably has bigger hits on there, relatively speaking. Anyway, so I've got an honorable mention here, and that's, see, that wasn't even 5, right? There's this one, and the cover is like, I mean, it's definitely sleazy, and especially like the airbrush thing, but the real reason I had to pull this one out is because of the sexual charisma of the throbbing man that is Fat Leo. So we had to like give a little support to him and just sort of show that we understand like sex and sexuality, you know what I mean? It's like there's fucking sexual charisma and then there's just like being naked, you know? And fucking Fat Leo, man, you can't fuck with that guy, dude. Well, you know, I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. Okay, so what I started doing was I was going through trying to find sleazy shit is some of the ones like were kind of more sleazy because of like the way like shit that was written on them by the bands. So this is kind of the flexing section. This is kind of specifically for Chromium D because I'll tell you for the most part, like, I mean, I show a lot of rare records on this channel, you know, I do realize that. And like, there's a lot of sort of flexing, but generally speaking, I don't like to go like, oh, this is a fucking badass rarity. I prefer to like, let you all decide when I'm flexing when you watch, you know what I mean? And like, and you know, day to day when I'm sitting here listening to it, it really is all normal, you know, it's not like, that's what I think about is just the fucking money. So that's why I like to encourage reissues and that. Anyway, all this by way of saying, I'm making an exception this time because I'm going to show some fucking kind of rare glam records for specifically to flex on Chromie a little bit. Because I can what I don't have in like just sheer sleaze, I can make up for in rarity, I think. So this one sort of straddles the line. Okay, this is a private press of the Dirty Looks record. But look at all this fucking shit they wrote on the back. To Jeff, let's do coke now. Like, how fucking appropriate is that? And I can't make out who wrote that, and I don't even care. Then someone, like, apparently fucking was down on the rest of the band later on. Because look at all this shit. And this is fucking so sleazy, too, and so, like, not cool these days, but... Look, Mr. Starr, the man... I assume that Henrik is the guy who did that, who I think is the one who's friends with Scott Waters. So, anyway, look at this. You're saying these guys are gay and shit. I mean, it's actually hilarious, but like, kind of laughing at them a little more than with them, you know what I mean? But anyway, classic kind of bit of sleaziness there. So, yeah, then there's this one by Panda. This is a pretty badass rarity, actually. I found it for $6 at a local shop. It's 1988. Here's what they look like. They pretty much sound like what they look like, you know. Kind of not so much my cup of tea, but it says, Joya, hey girl, maybe now you'll remember me, kiddo. And who the hell signed it? I don't know. One of them fucking signed it. But like, I don't know, man. I think that kind of fits with the sleaze quotient. I mean, let's just say I don't have any follow-up questions, you know what I mean? Here's another one. That's this one isn't so much sleazy, but yeah, this is Licks, another pretty rare one. Get your licks in. Where are these guys from? These guys are from somewhere like there was nothing, I think. Alsip, Illinois. Yeah, you know something I forgot. They're like sort of greater Illinois, I think. Anyway, it says, to Stan, my drinking buddy. Sorry about your tooth. And then it says, no, I'm not. And it says, thanks for your help. And that's signed by Marty Freedom, who is the guitar player, keyboard player, and backing vocalist on this. So there's that. I don't know if you can really make it out for shit on the camera, but that's why I read it to you. So that's kind of sleazy. All right, now a couple more that are just like fucking rare. So Chromie, like as you're looking at these, you may go, yeah, whatever. But Chromie D, he's going, oh, God, fuck. Son of a bitch, okay? So, like, take a second. Imagine the Barbecutioner. Alright, let's look at these last two records. Here's the Child's Play record, First Toy. These guys are from Boise. This is actually pretty rockin'. I mean, for me, it's glammy. But this is a good record. You know? Like, it doesn't lay on the sleeves too thick. And, like, you know, it's genuinely solid and it rocks. It's not just, like, fucking bullshit. I'd say the same thing for this one, too. Again, like, imagine Chromie, okay? This is a Decoy Paris record. Again, pretty glammy and intent. I mean, look, they're wearing a lot of fucking scarves. You know? But, a pretty rockin' record in execution. You know? So very cool. I forgot to pull out the Mistress record. We talked about that. That's kind of sleazy too, but that's even less like glammy and shit than that. All right, so there we go. So that was like the Sleaze records and the flexing, okay? So, oh, you know something? I got a fucking soda. We're gonna take a little break because I forgot about this. I'm bringing the soda speak back, and this will be fun anyway because I've done this one a couple times and I always like choke because there's pepper in it. So this is the Blenheim Ginger Ale, which is from Hamer, South Carolina, which is right up by Dillon, where Bananas has some roots, and where Eric Bauer had the pleasure of checking out south of the border when he was here visiting. So, cheers, we're going to drink this. Now, this shit on their website says it goes down like a firecracker. It's known for being hot, and every time I do this, watch, I'm not going to do it today, but like I'll inhale, I'll be like, take a sip, and then like want to say something, and I'll start coughing. So I'll probably do that like 5 times. Very gingery, very spicy. This is the best ginger ale there is. Bar none. Seriously, take a good look at that label. I don't know how easy it is to find where you are. It's pretty easy to find in South Carolina. And in North Carolina, I think, too. It's right on the border. Yeah, it's from pure water, too. It's from pure water. And what you want to look for is the red cap. Right there, that's the real shit. So I don't know if you can find this way the fuck up in northern Canada where Chromie lives. But some good shit. Okay, so for the picture for Castillo, I've been seeing a lot of videos and like a lot of people are just drawing pictures of Castillo. And I gotta say, I've loved every one that I've seen. I've only seen like 3. But they've all just been fucking hilarious, okay? But, like, I feel like, you know, as more people make these videos, that's going to get kind of stale. So I figure, for showing them a picture, I've got something handmade, and I've got something that just, like, is, well, dank is what it is. So we're going to show the handmade thing and then the dank thing, and I think Castillo would actually appreciate both, and might be a nice, welcome little break from just more pictures of himself. So this is... I showed this a long time ago. This is actually a cover for a 45, a Touch Too Much 45, that I made myself. Like, God, when I was still living in Germany, a friend of mine like found this in his attic with no sleeve. And I was like, oh, I'll take it. I'd play it right now, but, you know. But anyway, there wasn't a sleeve for it. So I'd gotten a free copy somewhere of, oh, you know, it's not the one I thought it was. Oh, I'll use that in a different one. Yeah, well, anyway, this is actually a Dave Brubeck sleeve. So I turned it inside out and, like, drew that. And then, like, covered it in tape so that it would deteriorate. And given that it was, like, maybe 86, 87 when I made this, it's held up pretty well. Better than a lot of my other 45s. And then here's the other thing. I assume that everyone's seen Who Killed Captain Alex. Not only is it one of the best movies ever made, but it also prepares you for what you're about to see, which is an autographed picture from the one and only Steven Senegal, which came with the DVD one. And then specifically for Castillo, because it's Let the Good Times Roll. And even if you're in hell and chained up and shit, or like whatever the fuck is wrong with him, all your guts torn out or whatever, you still want to let the good times roll. That's right, man. That's a hell of a picture, isn't it? Fucking got that shit with my, I don't know, what am I ordering? I've ordered from them a few times actually now, because I ordered all the DVDs, like Who Killed Captain Alex anyway, but like Bad Black and a couple others too, and then I ordered t-shirts, so they sent that with something. When you get a pack from them, it's addressed to Commando, and whatever your name is. It's awesome, good shit. Alright, well, that's about 14 minutes. I kind of totally copped out on the fucking strip club thing, but I hope the flex kind of balanced that out a little bit. And if not, just fucking disqualify me. It's okay, because This is all about boosting Chromium D's channel, and you know, the prizes. I actually really do want those magazines. But even so, man, I care a lot more about pushing the channel and that than fucking that kind of bullshit. So if you're not subscribed to Chromium D, Chromium Dioxide Radio, his name is actually Phil, but it's more fun to call him Chromium D. So subscribe to Chromium D. Yeah, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with some records.